Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another stream here of the Fleer Farm on the pole. As we are here at Bristol Motor Speedway, we're seeing a few drivers still continuing their pace laps. I got to get a different. I'm sorry, I do not have the correct thing up here, so give me one quick second. There it is. There we are. Aha! As we get up our Extreme Truck Series banners and everything. As you can see there on the left-hand side of your screen, we have the current practice time. There's still about 13 and 3/4 minutes left of practice here. As we go around the grid here, we see Brett Carrick up here tonight running a Christmas theme on that truck. See if we can get zoomed in here on it. Unfortunately, I forgot to do something here, so give me one quick moment. This is not normally how I do this. Normally I have this all set to go. As we're seeing, as we already have a little bit of contact there, it looked like, between Karakov and not sure who that other number is. Ian Ogden burning it down on the backstretch, I believe it is. It's hard to tell what moment. Dave Steinson here in the number 93. Where is my zoomed in camera? I know I got one that's zoomed in. There it is. 93 Bobcat. Good looking machine there. 78. Looks like we got a bunch of white trucks with us tonight. Camp Light, while we're here, I'll go ahead and throw up the Camp Light banner that we have. It's the gift of summer camp. You can read more about that on their website there at camplight.org. Love, inspire, give hope, and teach. There's a special needs camp there in Virginia, not too far from Richmond. I believe I got the track right. Not sure where the other. Oh, that's right. Our race controller that I know of to normally be around to talk to is not here tonight, as I believe he's the one at a concert. So hopefully he enjoys that. Ian Ogden there in the 1111. Got a little bit different paint scheme there tonight, as last week was a light scheme, if I remember, but he's in a yellow truck this week. Matthew's in a different version, so they're not running identical schemes this week. Definitely like a candy apple red, or a chrome red, whatever you want to call it there, on the Camp Light truck of Matthew. Definitely looks really, really good there on going around Bristol so far. Todd Danbury there in the 69. Randy Lapid is in the White Castle. Number 4. He's never really sure what scheme he was running, as I think it was him that was running the pink Vagisil truck last week. We're running White Castle this week. Randy Schweitzer in the 78 machine. Getting into that outside wall here in practice with about 10 minutes left. Right now it looks like Ogden is your fastest. Ian Ogden is your fastest in qualifying with a 15 flat. Karakov also with a 15 flat. Or, no. Yeah, that's what I'm showing you. 15 flat. Matthew Karakov with a 15.07. Barney Sigmund with a 15.11. Tom Marshall with a 15.15. Dave Steinson with a 15.16. Todd Danbury with a 15-17. Randy Lapidus there with a 15-26. Randy Schweitzer with a 15-39. And rounding out the field so far that we have tonight, looks like about 10 cars. And David Swift with a 15-60. So once these drivers get into the draft, it looks like they can hook them up, and they're going to be tight racing here this evening around the Bristol Motor Speedway. I'd like to cut and maybe take a little bit of a station break here, and want to give a shout out to the Lions Club. So we're going to show a little bit about what Lions Club did for the town in Kentucky after their big tornado that went through there. So please stay tuned. We'll get to racing here very shortly.
It looked like a bomb had gone off.
Everything was gone.
Our town had a lot of devastation.
We lost lives that night.
Mayfield before the storm was a wonderful place to be. Mayfield strong.
This is 33 Moeller Lane. It's where our new house was before December 10th anyway.
And then the storm hit.
All I heard was lots and lots of wind. And you sat there and you prayed. Then it was just silent. The base of the tornado was anywhere from 1/2 mile wide to 1 mile wide. It set a record here in Kentucky for the longest on-ground tornado. Came up to the south side of the courthouse, and all the windows pretty much were broken out. Glass was everywhere.
We're going to have people that are displaced right now from our community that's probably never going to come back to our community. We had a very, very unique downtown area, and there's just no way to rebuild it back the way it was.
The needs here in Mayfield, Graves County, and the whole path of this horrific tornado are going to be long-term, and the needs change daily.
It's been real eye-opener to me to know what a true line is by the support we have gotten from lines all over the country.
I never dreamed that it would be this much support.
I've been a Lion a long time. Our motto is "We serve," but until the Lions have to serve your community, you don't know what those words really mean.
There's been so many people, I mean, money, food, their time, you know, just, it's really wonderful.
I think it's important that all Lions support Lions Club International Foundation. No one Lion can be prepared for all of the catastrophes that happen worldwide. We have approximately 1.4 million Lions worldwide. If we all just help a little bit, there is a tremendous amount of good that we can help when your community is on the receiving end. So please donate all you can.
And we are more than a memory. We're strong. Mayfield's strong.
Alrighty, we are back here at the Speedway. There you see Brett Carrick up there on the pit road. Out on track is Barney Sigmund in that number 37 machine. Whoop, why did that say winner? I shouldn't say winner here. Nobody's won yet here this evening. Matthew Carrick again in that number 00. driving for Camp Light. The Camp Light logo is a little hard to see on the side of that truck at the moment. Not too sure if this race is going to go under the lights or not. We'll have to wait and see. So let's take a look at our race info here. So there you can kind of see the layout of Bristol. Want to thank Admin Box for coming aboard. Right now it looks to be about 75 degrees possibly. Derek up into the outside wall. 55% humidity, partly cloudy with 7 miles an hour or 2 mile an hour winds. Or is it 7? It's either 7 or 2. I can't fully read it, so sorry if I'm goofing that up. As we still got a few minutes left here in practice, I want to take just a very quick moment to give a shout out to White Cane Coffee.
Providing a great cup of coffee and a better life for the blind and disabled. White Cane Coffee, because every cup makes a difference.
There, like I said, just a real quick shout out to White Cane Coffee. Just a wonderful place for coffee. I'm not much of a coffee drinker, but I have tasted theirs, and I will say I do really enjoy the flavor that they have in their coffees. Dave Steinson here in the number 93 as we're looking at him making some more practice laps with about 3 minutes to go here in this practice. See who else is out on track. David Swift. And number 85. Ends up getting into problems there on the front stretch. I'm not sure exactly who he collided with. Dave Steinson. Bobcat truck out on track. Looks like we only have one Toyota in the field tonight, and that's going to be the driver of Ian Ogden, who is your fastest time. The rest of the field is split between Ford and Chevy. Not sure who everybody's favorite manufacturer is. But if you're a Toyota person, you only got one person to cheer for tonight, and that's going to be the 24 of Ian Ogden, who is your current points leader, or current leader here in the practice, laying down the fastest time. And he also was last week's winner. I think it was Brett that had, no, it was Matthew that had issues last week. Once again. We'll see if Matthew can lay down a decent run tonight, as he struggled the last couple weeks. $37 of party segment. I think the over top of the wheel well of that truck, it says thank you veterans, so we definitely want to give a shout out to all the veterans and stuff for all this thing that they do. Checkered flag waves here in practice. So I would like to, at this time, if we can, take a moment to...
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
All right, we are back, and we're watching qualifying currently. That's the 00 of Matthew Karakop out there on track, trying to lay down his fastest times. Trying to be as smooth on that wheel as he possibly can. I'm going to check out his onboard, just so you guys can see the banking going around here at Bristol. Pretty steep banking, if you ask me. Looking pretty good. I'm not sure why he laid off there before he got to the corner, unless his laps are done. As he's laid down a 15:08. Ogden has laid down a 14:94, which is his fastest time of the night. Steinson lays down a 15:12. We'll see if what Brett does here. As I try to get a view on him. I'm not sure why my thing's doing this to me. Not sure who's on track, but my cameras are giving me problems. Well, there's Brett Karakop. Oh, now where did that... Okay. So it looks like we have 3 drivers that have not yet qualified. And that'll be the 4 of Randy Lapidus, the 78 of Randy Schweitzer, and Tom Marshall in the number 10. As there's still quite a bit of qualifying time left, let's check in with a couple of drivers, see how they expect the night to go here. Anybody in here got a coffee?
Hey, what's going on, bud?
Oh, not much. They're the only team I see here in our that's reachable. How you guys think the night's going to go for you?
Well, if Ian don't find a way to grab another thousands, he's never going to catch me.
Well, well, we'll see about that.
I think we're in good shape. We're all 3 of us are running about the same lap time. So if we can get in line and stay calm, then we can kind of pull away from everybody.
Yeah, you're definitely running a good 10th or more faster than the others in the field. So, and that's just in qualifying. So yeah, if you guys definitely link up, you'll be in good shape to take the podium.
Yeah, this is Matthew here. I'm just going to try to stay out of trouble tonight after Ian brake checked me at the beginning of the last race. So I just don't want to jump in and start finishes.
Yeah, you've had a couple interesting weeks there, Matthew. So hopefully you can get things straightened out this week and get yourself a better finish.
Yeah, I'm hoping for it. Especially because Brett made this awesome paint scheme for me for Christmas and Camp Light.
Yeah, the Camp Light trucks definitely do look great out there on the track, along with that 1111 there of yours, Ian Ogden.
Hey, yeah, appreciate it. We changed it up a little bit this week. We've gone with a throwback to a Todd Bodine scheme from 2001. We got New Mission Motorsports on the hood. They're Twitch streamers that utilize their stream to donate to veteran organizations and veterans in need.
Oh, that's great to hear. The other thing I will say is the 00 of which one of you Caracups run the 00? I can't keep track.
Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Yours is just a tad hard to read the Camp Light there above the rear tire.
All right, way to go, Brett.
I'll get to the paint shop and work on it before next week.
I mean, I can make it out, but that candy apple red looks great, but trying to read that blue of the Camp Light, it's a little difficult. So.
Yeah, we'll work it out, though. But thank you so much for just mentioning Camp Light during these broadcasts. We really appreciate it.
Well, if anybody wants their sponsors mentioned, please let me know, and I'll get them mentioned as well. So, good luck, guys. We look forward to seeing a good show tonight.
All right, appreciate it, bud.
All right, and that was the team of Brett Caracoff, Ian Ogden, and Matthew Caracoff. Not sure what the team name is. I'll have to get with them to figure out the team name. But we'll be set here to roll in about another 13 minutes, unless they have already, unless they're going to advance, I should say. All right, dang, I'm getting tongue-tied. Thank you, Ian Ogden, for that share. I also want to thank Joshua Button for his like. As we're getting set to roll out here at Bristol, as we get set to roll out, you can see all the trucks there. A nice, really nice camera here that we got for us tonight. So we'll just roll around here in the up here with the blimp till we're ready to go green. Let's take one more shout out to White Cane Coffee.
You know what would make that better? A cup of White Cane coffee.
Wow, that really is great coffee.
White Cane coffee, because every cup makes a difference.
Alrighty, and again, that's White Cane Coffee. As we're still waiting to see what goes on here at the track. Why is that up there like that? That shouldn't be. There we go. All right. A little bit of snafu there, but we're all set to go and ready to roll whenever the teams are ready to go. I think they're waiting to see if anybody else shows up, but I don't think that might be the case, but it's hard to say. There was about 11 minutes to go here left in qualifying. Let's do another shout out to the Lions Club. If it comes time for racing, I'll break it back in.
Sight is one of the huge things that impacts a child's learning. And if you can step in at a young age, you can change that child's life forever.
My husband, Gene, and I go in and screen 4 and 5 days a week. If we find one child that we can help, we feel like we've done a successful screening.
Put your head up, you see it? There you go. We screened a little boy. He could not see the milk on his tray. We got him glasses, and his mama said I cried. I did not know that that child could not see.
I could see with my glasses on.
My son was 3.5 when the Lions Club screened his eyes. We discovered that my son had amblyopia.
it's typically caused by the two eyes getting abnormal and unequal input into the brain. The parents can't tell that because the child functions normally with the dominant eye.
A circle.
Very good.
We started with the process of his treatment in the form of him wearing a patch so that the weak eye would be forced to work.
The devices we use today are easy to use. You can do very simple training.
And you get those green circles.
To get lions out in the field doing the screenings.
Gavin, can you look right at the front of that camera? Screening the children is fairly simple. Within 30 seconds of taking an image, we can determine if the child is referred for further testing or has passed the screening.
What really made this possible is the development of technologies that allowed the detection of risk factors for problems that cause vision loss in children.
The camera
I'm talking away, and let's try this again. Watching these trucks go around here in warm-ups. Not sure exactly how the night's going to go for some of these drivers. Hopefully a few of them, like Matthew Carrick, pulls off a decent night since the last few weeks has been trouble for him. Track definitely seems short with the cameras, but on track to me, it seems longer. All these drivers within thousands of each other up there. The top two, Ian Ogden and Brett Carrick, are within thousands of one another. Brett Carrick has pulled it off, maybe going to make an adjustment here. Todd Danbury on pit road. His lap here, his best lap here in practice is a 15:04. David Swift, his best was a 15:05. Dave Steinson, his best was a 15:12. Barney Sigmund, his best was a 15:15. Randy Lapidus with a 15:18. Randy Schweitzer pulling off a pit road now with a 15:83 as his fastest. Or, I'm sorry, with a 15:34 is his fastest. Tom Marshall has yet to make a lap. Not sure if Tom Marshall's our race controller tonight or not, as I didn't see him make a qualifying lap, and I'm not seeing him lay down any laps here in warm-up. We'll have to wait and see. I think he might be our race controller. Again, I'm not fully sure on that, as we see the 24 of Ian Ogden go underneath the 85 of David Swift. And not sure what happened there, but Ogden just all of a sudden got loose and slammed that inside wall there on the front stretch. Now, one unique thing with Bristol is it's got a front and back stretch pit road. So usually with larger field, drivers will have to remember which pit road is theirs. But I think with only 9 trucks in the field, it will be safe to say that everybody's going to be pitting on the front stretch. Brandon Peters getting a little loose out of turn 4. Coming across the backstretch, down into turn 3. Looking at that bumper of the 85, we're going to try to get up there. Does he ever run down into turn 1? Looks like he does, so the 85 is going to have to stay high as the 4 goes underneath him. The 85 is going to look to do a similar move, possibly. Just does not have the run that Randy Lapidus had. Drops Randy Schweitzer back behind him as they're still trying to battle for the fastest laps here. Randy Schweitzer, I'm sorry, that was the 85 of David Swift that Randy Lapidus went around. 78 of Randy Schweitzer, still trying to find the speed that the rest of the field has, especially that top half. The top half with a 15:05 as its quickest time, and that is back at 5th position. First is running a 14:98, but unfortunately for Randy Schweitzer, he's running a 15:34 at the moment. So he's got to try to find that line, find the ability to find some speed there whenever we get green, which green should fly here in about three minutes. Matthew Karakoff out here, trying to get a few more laps under his belt as we get ready to roll here this evening. Randy Lapidus still out on track, trying to find the extra speed himself, as his last lap was a 15:53. He's got to try to scrap some speed off as well, as his best was a 15:18, and now he's hovering about in that 15:6 mark. And everybody else sitting in the pits, looks like he just blinked out for some reason. Oh, they have advanced the session. So that will be why we have advanced the session. Now we'll take a look at our grid. So our starting grid this evening for the Extreme Truck Series, it's going to be Brett Karakoff on the outside. On the inside of row 1 on the pole. Ian Ogden to his outside in position number 2. Starting in 3rd will be Matthew Karakoff. So the Karakoff brothers are 1st and 3rd, front and back of one another on your starting grid. Will they be able to team up and push past the other fast truck of Ian Ogden? But those 3 drivers are teammates from what I'm picking up in the Discord. Dave Steinsen will be starting on outside row 2 in position number 4. Starting 5th will be Barney Sigmund. 6th will be Todd Danbury. Starting in 7th is David Swift. And 8th will be Randy Lapidus. And rolling off 9th will be Randy Schweitzer. So there is tonight's starting grid. We'll take one more look down through the field here. We got Ian Ogden out front. Brett Karakoff out front. Ian Ogden in 2nd. Matthew Karakoff 3rd. Dave Steinsen in 4th. Barney Sigmund in 5th. Todd Danbury in 6th. 7th goes to David Swift. Randy Lapidus there in 8th. And Randy Schweitzer in 9th. So that is your starting grid We want to welcome all these drivers to another night of racing. I know this week was a little goofed up as the league moved it from their normal Thursday night spot to tonight, which is Wednesday night, because of it being Thanksgiving. Now, I know this league is mixed with both American and Canadian drivers. We definitely want to appreciate that everybody gets along so well and enjoys racing hard and racing clean. As we come around to the start-finish line, green flag is out, and they are away. The Carricup brothers there on the inside trying to push by the 24 of Ian Ogden as we come down the backstretch into turn 3. They are still side by side for that second and third place position. Back at the back, we do have trouble. That is going to be the 85 of David Swift. We'll take a look at that as yellow flag is out. Well, no, there is no yellow flag, so we'll just take a look at it here. One car incident, no flag is thrown. Looks like he gets loose and just loses it off the exit. Back up front is Brett Carricup. Brett Carricup, the 85 still sitting there on the inside. Not sure exactly what's going to go on with him, but Brett Carricup was out front. Ian Ogden second. Matthew Carricup there in third. Matthew's going to have his hands full trying to get up there into that second position tonight, as he was just a few tenths off, or not even a tenth, he might have been just a tenth off of first and second there, as he's got company from David Steinson. They're coming in fourth, that number 93 truck. A little farther back, that's the 37 of Marty Sigmund there in fifth, and Todd Danbury in sixth. Don't really have any side-by-side racing currently as we look back through the field here. Ian Ogden still out front. Ian Ogden is out front, making the pass on the 24. The 24 making the pass on the 57 of Brett Carricup. That is definitely going to be your main race tonight. Is going to be between these two drivers. They're so close on lap times. It's going to come down to who leads the last lap. Both drivers have a win under their belt this season already, looking for possibly a second. Ian looking really fast out there along with Brett. Matthew there in third, looking for that little bit of extra speed to try to get up to the bumper there of his brother Brett. Matthew there in 00, Candy Apple Red, Ford F-150. His brother's also running a Ford. Ian running a Toyota. So Toyota, the only Toyota in the field so far tonight, is out front as your leader. First Chevy in the field is here, back here. Fourth, fifth, and sixth are three Chevys trying to make their way into the field tonight. With the 69 of Todd Danbury looking to the inside of the 37, Barney Sigmund does not quite have the run that he was looking for out of turn 4. Coming down into turn 1, looking to the inside. 93 of Dave Steinson trying to block both lanes, but is going to have to open the door there on the bottom. It's going to allow the 69 to get back up there to the side of the 37. Got a nice run down into turn 1. Now as we come to the backstretch, the 69 is now looking to the inside of the 93. Back out front, though, it is Ian Ogden there in the first place. The 85 of David Swift looking to try to get a lap back. Not sure why the caution wasn't called, but he's definitely back underway. Not sure why. I don't have any ticker up. Sorry for that. We're on lap 16 out of 100. Ogden out front. Carricup there in second. Carricup in third. Danbury there in fourth. Sigmund in fifth. There you see the gaps right now. There's about a second gap between first and second. About a 2-second gap between first and third. if I'm thinking that gap correctly. So there's your leader way out front. Not sure where Brett ended up. Unless Brett had some dealings with a lap car. As he seems to have lost ground a little bit to Ogden. Matthew back here in third, having a little bit better run. Just trying to keep the truck clean, out of trouble. But just trying to make sure that it doesn't get loose on him. There's the 69 of Todd Danbury. Sitting in fourth position. Barney Sigmund in fifth. Dave Steinsman in sixth. Randy Lapidus there in seventh. Randy Schweitzer eighth. And rounding out the field in ninth is David Swift. So I'm trying to figure out how many laps down Randy is, and I did not see it as I come across the ticker, so I apologize for that. And I'm trying to figure out that gap. Looks like he's 2 laps down, so he's going to need a little bit of help and caution, and I don't see any. And with as stretched out as this field is, we might not see any. I am surprised that Dave Spin there on the front stretch did not bring any coming out of turn 4. Let's go ahead and turn your round sound up as we get ready to do some crank it up. Alright, wish we had a little bit more field on us tonight, but unfortunately we do not. So Ian Ogden, they're coming up on lap car of, looks like the number 4 of Randy Lapidus. As Randy's already put, Ian's already put Randy Schweitzer down. Now he's taking a lap from Randy Lapidus. Sets his sights on Dave Steinson, who hits pit road. Not sure, might be green flag pit stops. Ian Ogden out front. We're going to take a look here and see what the pit strategies are so far. As looks like these drivers have been running about 27, 28 laps on the truck so far. Not sure what the fuel window is. Brett Karakoff there in second, looking to get around Randy Schweitzer himself. And Ian Ogden up front. Matthew Karakoff coming across start finish line now. Todd Danbury there in the 69. Looks like he's going to drop down to the apron. Looks like he's coming to pit road. Barney Sigmund there in fourth now. So the teammates, I'm going to call them teammates, of Ogden and the Karakoffs look to be hitting pit road this time. No, scratch out. Matthew Karakoff hits pit road. That's going to put Brett, Ian and Brett wonder when they are pitting. Like I said, Matthew hits pit road a little earlier than those guys. Ian's still going around strong there in first place. Brett Karakoff there in second. Swift is 4 laps down now. Steinson's 4 laps down. Todd Danbury in that number 2. Or I'm sorry, the number 69 is 3 laps down. Matthew Karakoff, he is 2 laps down. Trying to get up to speed. We definitely don't want to see a caution out because that's going to trap over half of the field a lap down. It looks like Ian Ogden's out front. Barney Sigmund's on pit road. Brett Karakop still has yet to pit as well. As you see the Karakop brothers, there's Magic Karakop going around Brett. Take another look at the pit strategy. You'll see there the signs are blue. That's a tire change. Schweitzer still has yet to come in. I believe as your leader has hit pit road. Or I'm sorry, that's Brett Karakop. He's hit pit road. Now Ian Ogden's still out front, so is he gonna wonder how long he's gonna try to go before he pits. Looks like he's pitting this time. Takes the cone with him. Brett Karakop still on pit road. Matthew Karakop now is back on the lead lap, I believe. Nope, he's still one lap down. As Brett comes out, he's going to reclaim the lead. I believe he should be your new leader. Showing Karakop as... It looks like Ogden's still on pit road. As everything gets shuffled around here, where's the 24 at? And he's back out on track, so it looks like he's going to retain the lead. First through third are on the lead lap, if I'm looking at this correctly. When it comes looking at Ian Ogden, that is. The 37 of Barney Sigmund being your first car a lap down. Brett Karakop better watch his rear view as he's getting to where the 24 isn't too far behind him. Or from looking at the standpoint there, that's kind of what it looks like. So we'll take a look at our track map. There's our Bristol track map there on the right-hand corner of your screen. So you got to see where your driver's at and compare to others. So there's the 57 coming across the start-finish line, and right behind him is the 24 of Ian Ogden. So will he end up a lap down by the end of this thing? I'm going to say more than likely. How long it'll take, that I can't answer, but it looks like unless he can find some speed, Ogden's got another race in the bag as long as nothing outrageous happens for him. As we're creeping up on halfway here, lap 46 out of 100 are going to be lap 47 this time by as they cross the stripe. Matthew Karakop there in second, still looking to try to figure out where Ogden has gone on the track. Because looking out his windshield, he don't see anybody around him. He's kind of all by him lonesome, which it happens to be how a lot of the trucks are rated at the moment. As we take an oddball. Holly Barletta's in the chat on the Facebook side saying I could beat Ian, LOL. Well, Ian right now is looking like he's going to try to put some laps down on the field as he's slowly creeping up there on the third place driver. We're going to kind of trap him into third place. As we're on board being out. Looks like Matthew Karakop has some damage to that right side of the truck. That could be part of his issue here this evening. Maybe that's why he's not able to get the speed that he needs to try to catch up to the field. As we're looking back now, there's Brett in amongst some drivers. Looks like that's the 93 that he's going under right now. That's the 93 Dave Steinson. Sets his sights on the next truck. And that's going to be the 69 of Todd Danbury. As Ian Ogden is slowly making his way through the field, looking to see if he could possibly catch that third place truck as he puts more laps between him and the rest of the field. So there you can see him out front there. There is the 57, trying to get around the 69. Unfortunately, with him eating up all that time trying to get around the 69, that's going to give Ian Ogden the time to close in on him. If the 69 doesn't soon get out of the way, Ogden's going to be on the back of them both. And that is not something that I'm sure Brett wants to see. As we got the 85 clogging things up in the turn 4. The 85 is definitely off pace from the rest of the field. Ogden out front. Brett Karikoff trying to stay alive there in third position without going a lap down, but I just don't think that's going to be possible as we are on lap 57 of 100 this lap. I think Ogden's actually on 58. Nope, we're on 57. Okay, that's counting the leaders. So there's Matthew still looking to figure out where the group is at. As he's coming into turn 1 this time, Brett's behind him, and there comes Ogden right behind them both. Will Ogden go and make the feat of passing the entire field this evening? Ogden's got second and third place in his sights as they're coming through turn 4. Across the stripe, Matthew's going to go, or Brett's going to go under Matthew. Matthew's going to fall to Ogden, and there goes Brett. Brett's fallen to Ian Ogden, but he's not giving up so easily. Brett is racing hard to stay alive on the lead lap, but there's a lap car in front of him. Will Brett use that as a pick? He does. Unfortunately, that'll give him some time, but not a bunch of it, as Ogden's got one heck of a truck this evening. Definitely has Bristol figured out here as he's sitting ready to lap Karikoff. That's going to be our battle that we watch right now to see if Brett can hold off. Or is Ogden going to get a run on him? As we're at lap 63 of 100. Possibly going to need one more pit stop to make it to the end of this. But if Ogden gets out front past Karikoff, that's pretty much going to lock him in unless he destroys the truck somehow. I mean, I'd pretty much say he's locked in now because he's only a truck length away from lapping the whole field. And Brett's doing all he can to hold him off. And unfortunately, looks like Ian might have a run there, but does not quite have the run yet. Coming into turn 3 and 4. Coming back across the stripe, Ogden or Karikoff still going to hold him off. Just enough to keep himself on that lead lap. These are your two fastest trucks. Looks like Karikoff got a little loose there, so he had to relinquish that position. Unfortunately, now Ogden has successfully lapped the entire field this evening here at Bristol. $70, 69 of 100 laps. It's going to be 70 of 100 next time by. As you see the track map up there, Ian has lapped the entire field. What a feat for him. We'll have to see what he says about that after the race here as we're going around the 37 once again. 37 wisely stays high, lets the leader pass on the bottom. Karikoff coming around, want to try to see if he can stay in position just in case Ogden has something happen, or if there happens to be a caution. Thank you there, Harley Barletta, saying the stream is looking great. I'm glad to hear it. Can definitely hit the like if you're enjoying everything. But Brett Karikoff has lapped a few drivers himself, but unfortunately he's lapped as well So it's looking like your first three are locked in as they're a lap ahead of Sigmund, who is in 4th place. And unfortunately, Ogden has kind of locked himself in the first as he has lapped everybody here this evening at Bristol. 74 lap of 100. We're getting down to about 25 laps to go. Going to be 25 laps to go this time. Nope, 26 laps to go this time. Someone. Harley. And somebody's out to get you. It seems like Harley's saying somebody should wreck the 24, but there's just nobody around him. Nobody has the speed to stay with him. I was thinking Brett was going to have something for him as he was right there in practice, right there with him. They were definitely battling back and forth. Brett actually started on pole. The brothers, the Carricup brothers, definitely pushed their way past the 24 briefly, but then Ogden kind of got himself in a They briefly got past Merritt the Bart, but Ogden definitely came into his own, probably I'd say about lap 3, and hasn't looked back. He's just setting on cruise control, and away he's gone the rest of the night here. And there you see Matthew Carricup, Barney Sigmund's on pit road, Randy Lapidus there on the inside. Harley saying he's waiting for the fun race at Daytona while we definitely hope that will be a fun race. Todd Danbury there in 5th, going around the 93 of Dave Steinzen. Hopefully with our producing here and our broadcasting here at Flieger Farm TV with the On the Pole, we can get this league recognized, get more drivers involved. Definitely lots of clean racing the last 2 weeks. I think, I'm not sure which one it was, whether it was this series or another series, but there's been some wild finishes. We've had I get that. I got to reorganize mine too. I think I only got about I want to say about 50 gigabyte left on my my hard drives. I got 2 of them in my PC, and I think one's got about 200 left, and the other one's got about 50. So I feel your pain there, Corey. As we watch the laps wind down here, 16 laps to go. Out front is Ian Ogden putting another lap on Matthew Carricup. So does that put Matthew down 2 laps? Or is that just, that put, the Carricups are now down 2 laps. Well, actually, Brett is down 3 laps, so I'm not sure what happened to Brett. With my eyesight, I think it'd be fun, but I just don't know if I thank you for the invitation, but I enjoy myself up in the booth way too much. Especially whenever you guys on the track make it exciting. So is that a 14 terabyte hard drive, or is that a 1 terabyte hard drive? Lots of fun up here in the booth tonight as we've watched Ian Ogden just dominate here at Bristol this evening. I might have to look into one of them for my PC. I didn't know they came that big. Ogden still up front. Carricup there in 2nd. Carricup in 3rd. So that team is 1, 2, 3. Like I said, they probably would be. I just don't think they expected Ogden to have the dominating performance he's laid down here this evening. As we got, looks like Matthew is struggling just a tad. The 85 there of David Swift still just trying to hang on for some points running around the track. 93 of Dave Steinson. Randy Schweitzer there in the 78. A lot of these drivers are just kind of out there pacing laps now as we all figure out who the winner is going to be, unless something drastic happens to where we have a caution and allows some of the drivers to get back up there with them, but I don't think that'll be possible as they're all at least 2 laps down. As it looks like the 57 of Brett has got a lap back. So I'm not sure if there was a scoring issue or what, but it looks like he's got a lap back. Corey's saying the EOL, the 24. I don't have control of that. That sounds great. Yeah, that 29 terabyte of space is definitely needed, I would think, with some of the stuff I'm getting into as well. I'm running with 2 terabytes, so I need to upgrade at some point. Not quite enough to keep track of everything. Ogden still out front, 5 laps to go. Matthew Karakoff second. Brett Karakoff there in third. Fourth is going to be Landy Lapidus, 69 of Todd Danbury there in fifth. Randy Lapidus there in fourth. So I'm going to definitely have to say, with all the green flag run tonight, awesome to watch as Ogden laid such a dominating performance down. We'll have to see kind of what his teammates say about this, as they all were saying that they were going to beat him, but unfortunately, looks like Ogden had something else under his belt. I might need to check that truck to make sure it passes inspection, all the inspections after the post-race inspections. We'll have to make sure that truck passes all that, being such a dominating performance laid out by that 24. Harley says that he better see Ian at Daytona. As Harley says, he probably could have stayed there with Ian, if not gave him a better run. If not, at least being out in front. As Ian is out front, Corey's saying this is rigged. So Ogden out front there. We want to give another shout out to Admin Box for helping support the league, support the admins of the league. Great box there. And it's not just for the admins. Drivers can use it as well, as you got your driver black box commands. So Corey saying good win, and Harley saying he would have lapped him. Definitely got some fun commentating there in the comments section of Facebook. Everybody can go over there and check that out. As Ogden's going to go ahead and burn it down here at Bristol. Ogden's out of Chester, Virginia. Great race to see. Great that it went clean. We'll see if we can get with our third place finisher here. As we see what in the world's going on. All right, so I got to make sure I get the correct Karakoff in here. Matthew Karakoff is what I'm looking for. Matthew Karakoff, you got a copy here in the booth? Matthew, you there? Huh. All right. Does the team at all have any copy on me?
I've got you.
Yeah, I've got you. This is Brett.
Okay, so Brett and Ian have a copy on me. I haven't heard from Matthew yet. Great run out there, Ian, for the win. The Karakoff brothers didn't quite have enough for you.
Yeah, I was hoping that the pit strategy worked there. It did. I was able to run it out there at the end from that initial pit stop. But I think had they had some more laps there, they would have got me back.
Well, I don't know. It seems like you were laying down some laps there from Brett. Brett looks like he finished 2 laps down, so I'm not sure how he ended up going 2 laps down, but yeah, you were 2 laps ahead of the whole field.
That's nuts. And like I said, I think that really comes down to pit strategy. I was able to run it probably about 10 laps past everybody else on the initial green flag run there. And so in doing that, I was able to put some guys a lap down pretty early. And then just like I said, I ran it out on that one pit stop to the end. Brent was really quick there at the end. I think, like I said, if we had some more laps there, he was going to pass me pretty quick, I think.
Definitely a great run there. You definitely definitely look good out there in that 1111 truck. Brett, do you have any words for finishing second and 2 laps down to this guy?
Yeah, after the first set of pit stops, he was behind me, so I saw that I was basically running for second. So we pitted all about the same time. I think Matt pitted a little bit early, and then we were on pit road about the same time, about a lap apart. And then once we started going, I saw that we were 2 laps ahead of everybody else. So instead of running around there on bad tires, I just figured I would stop and have some fun and run with clean tires.
Yeah, you definitely were 2 laps. First, second, and third were 4 laps ahead of our 4th place finisher, Randy Lapidus, and then you and your brother were 2 laps down to Ogden. So definitely was interesting to see Ogden put on such a dominating performance here at Bristol. Even though you seem to have a fast truck in practice and qualifying, because if I remember correctly, I believe you qualified pole.
Yeah, I was on the pole. I mean, we knew there probably wasn't going to be a lot of cautions, but I did expect some cautions at the beginning, so probably ran it a little hard at the beginning. But yeah, just Ian's tires held up better, and he had better lines going around there. So that's what tires will do for you if you keep them fresh.
And Bristol's one of them tracks. It's definitely a shorter track, but momentum is key here. You got to make sure you hit them marks just right in order to lay down them perfect lap times.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, do either one of you have sponsors you guys would like to thank here this evening?
Yeah, I'll start out real quick. We got Camp Light on our trucks. We got the Christmas schemes. Their Christmas season starts on Friday. So if anybody's close to Waynesboro, Virginia, get your tickets and go make some ornaments and visit their village.
Yeah, so I've got 1111 Veteran Project on the truck. As always, like I said, they offer business resources, mental health resources, and access to all of those resources through them. So if you need any assistance with entrepreneurship, business-wise, or any mental health resources, reach out to them. They have a directory that they can get you through to get you to veteran nonprofits and organizations that can help you. I've got Racing for Heroes as well. They're based out in Virginia. They use motorsports as therapy, get guys that have PTSD, TBI, stuff like that back as part of a team. Give them a task and a purpose and go out and race some cars and have some fun. And then, like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, we've got New Mission Motorsports as well. They're Twitch streaming that donate all of their Twitch funds to veteran nonprofits organizations, as well as any veteran that might reach out that might need a little bit of help. So yeah, that's what we got. I appreciate you taking the time to let me mention those guys, and it's great racing with the team here as well as all the other competitors tonight.
Yeah, everybody definitely was great racing out there. Everybody raced clean, even whenever they knew they were getting lapped, they kind of moved out of the way. I know there were a couple times where you guys were running side by side. I believe it was you and Karakoff that were running side by side, got kind of caught up behind another one of the lap cars, but everything seemed to be okay. Everybody got around just fine, and we continued green.
Yeah. They, there's a couple times where it got a little hairy, but you just take the time, get around them, and give them a little more room than normal. Especially being out front like that, you don't want to tear your truck up.
No, that seemed to be the only way of that you might have lost it tonight. I know the Facebook comments got a little interesting, so I don't know if those stay up for the video, but you can go ahead and check them out for yourself. As we've had a couple guys chatting back and forth, kind of kidding around, saying EOL the 24, someone wrecked the 24.
Those are my buddies. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, there was a Harley and Corey, so I don't know who they were on Facebook.
Yeah, so Corey's the New Mission Motorsports guy, and then Harley's another guy that I run with in a couple leagues.
Hey, you tell those guys next time around I got a PayPal account.
Oh, Billy. So, so yeah, definitely great racing tonight. You guys have a wonderful evening. We're going to sign off here on the Fligger Farm TV with the On the Pole. As we head out, we're going to take one last look at the Lions Club International with their 2020 or their 2022 and 2023 service video from our international president. Thank you all for watching and have yourself a great night.
I was actually born in Bird Island, Minnesota. Born and raised, and still live there now. Everybody knows everybody, and everybody watches out for you. Great place to raise kids.
We have 4 children and 3 grandchildren.
Pretty much any challenge that any one of us face, we knew we were never in it alone.
We try to create family traditions, and it brings us very close together.
Growing up, I always thought having llamas was normal. So I learned later on that it's not normal to have llamas.
I remember I was always the talk of our class when we came to show and tell.
We'd go to schools all over the place. I could take them into nursing homes, and I love being able to do that.
We've had kangaroos. We've had a Sicilian donkey. I had to put my foot down and say no to the camel because I don't think we needed a camel in Minnesota.
He just does everything in a big way, and Lori tends to wind him down a little bit and get him back to earth.
She helped us out.
There's nothing that I couldn't share with him.
We can have conversations about anything, and I use her as a huge sounding board.
We have that mutual respect for each other as husband and wife, as business owners, as people who are donating hours to the community.
Thank you. What else do we need, Grandpa? When our local grocery store was about to go under, he very quickly got together a group of community leaders and decided that he was going to keep that grocery store alive.
Have a great day.
Appreciate it.
He's so connected to family and community, and that's something that his parents instilled in him, and that carries through with everything that he does.
I'm so grateful that I had a great set of parents that instilled those morals and values. I'm the youngest of 8 children.
He was actually pretty shy, unless it came to sports, of course.
My entire life with my family and playing in sports, we had to count on each other to be able to do things. It was everybody working together, and we've always been there for each other. I think this is the last one we had in that picture.
We ended up sitting on their lap.
That was the one that started it all, you know?
A family that really enjoys being together and loves to have fun.
I look back and my dad was laughing and smiling all the time. He was so positive on everything. He worked very, very hard. He started this propane company up in 1952. Our whole family has been entrepreneurial. He's always told us that when you have a skill, you don't keep it. You share it with other people.
When Brian and Kevin first started the business, they started selling Apple computers to local business people.
We started right out of college in 1979. We struggled for a number of years, but we found out that we can't be everything to everybody. And so we thought outside the box. We said, let's go back to our roots again. We developed software for the propane industry.
Great to have a great day, isn't it?
I still get up every single day and say, hot dog, I get to go to work today. When you really enjoy things, it just makes life so much easier. And if I don't enjoy it, We think, okay, how are we going to change this? And how can we make it better so it is enjoyable?
I think Brian's biggest attribute is his ability to think outside the box.
I just love figuring things out. And that's why I think I like programming so much, because you can figure the flow and what if this happens, you got to go here or you got to go there.
He kind of imagines like, well, what if we did it this way? And you're thinking like it's going to be the worst idea ever, and it ends up working.
He knows that the team is stronger than the individual. And when he motivates that team can do and achieve amazing things.
He treats his employees like they're family. He treats Lions as family.
We're part of a 4th-generation Lions family. Lori's grandfather and father were Lions. My father was a Lion, my mom was a Lion, and 3 of our 4 children are Lions.
It seems like every gathering place of the community is touched in one way or another by our Lions Club.
We come up with solutions together. We make our community better.
Brian is just an engager. He doesn't tell people to go get the shovels and the rakes. He goes to get them himself.
If he says he's going to do something, he's going to get it done, and he brings the team together to do it.
Doing the demolition derby involves our entire club. It's a lot of hands on deck.
Brian said he was going to drive the demo derby because that's Brian. He does these things.
Take a risk. Try something you're uncomfortable with and give it a shot.
Brian Sheehan is a motivator.
Brian's a visionary.
He always has a story or a video that gets his point across.
He just engages people. He brings people in, and he does it in a way that it's very fun and it's relatable, but he gets the business done too.
He just lights up a room, and I think that's what he's going to do to Lions International.
He wants you to succeed. He wants you to be the best Lion you can be.
I want everybody to be accountable and hold themselves as to how can I be accountable to have a better club.
He listens to everyone, no matter who that person is, no matter where they are from.
He's going to get everybody working together. I think we're in for a really fun ride.
We've got to have some fun in our clubs. But yet I know we're going to get a lot accomplished and we're going to do things for our community. We're all in this together.